So slalom was around way before I started doing it, like way before I started doing it. And I did it just for a joke. Somebody would occasionally come onto the serpentineroad.com forums, a guy from France, Vincent Vivancard, and be like, oh, we're doing a competition, please come. And we're like, I don't think, we don't do that kind of thing. And then one time I just said as a joke, I'll come over and do it then. And everyone's like, oh, wow, that's hilarious. Let's all go over. And then so I did it for 2 months. I went over and I won this fucking contest. And it was like brilliant. It was in Paris. And so from then on, I was in it, but I just thought it was silly. The cones, I did. But it turns out it worked out very well for me, so I kept on doing it. So as far as the judging and the competitions and how it looks, yes, I was involved in that. There was a style, I guess, that I unintentionally created because I'd spent all these years not on cones, just doing regular slalom. And also I'd done so much street skating. And also the way that I started was on ice. So already the stuff that I was doing freestyle in Hyde Park with no cones looked different from other people's because I came from ice. And what I was doing on ice, honestly, it came from anger. I was like a teenager and everyone's pretty angry at the age of 15, right? And it was definitely my sort of, my way of expressing myself because people weren't a speciality for me. So when I came onto cones, I already had a certain way of skating. So then when I fitted that around the cones, it had a style that was, I guess, unique, just like everybody's style is going to be somewhat unique. And mine became quite popular. People liked it. And then also I was credited with creating a lot of new tricks, but I didn't create any of those tricks. All I was doing was converting them from stuff that I had seen and done in other types of skating and then brought them over because I was doing dance skating on quads and everything sometimes as well. So I was just bringing those things over and I got credited with so much. I was always trying to correct people, but then I stopped and I was just like, yes, brilliant times. Yes, name it after me. So judging was already happening before I got involved in judging. And then I started judging. Before I had judged at the World Championships, there had never been a Westerner and never been a female. And so as part of being part of that core group that was the globalization, I guess, of judges, we had a technical committee. So from that point on, I found myself, it was weird. I just found myself in this room for a week with 8 or 10 of us from different countries. And we were rewriting the rules for slalom for the world. And that was the weirdest thing because it's all politics, isn't it? Like, I don't know why I was chosen to be there, but I was. And that was pretty cool. And then once you've been put there by somebody at the beginning, suddenly you're part of this core group. So for the rest of the years, I was considered part of this core group. And at one point, I was the vice president of the World Slalom Skating Association. And again, I think that was just politics as well. I just really had nothing to do with it. The World Slalom Skating Association, sports politics, right? I've seen it in aggressive skating as well. The association name changes every so often and stuff like that. Now we've got World Skate that seems to cover everything. I don't really get involved with anything. But yeah, there was the Asian Slalom Skating Association. And then there was stuff going on in, let's just say, Europe. I'm not even going to include America in it because America came along later. But the money was coming from the manufacturer of skates, right? Because they were the ones that Sebastian was in partnership with. It wasn't that he was getting the stuff made by a factory. He was in partnership with the owner of the factory. So there's a lot of money happening out there. And that is why they were basically running this whole thing. And they were so invested in slalom getting big and getting involved with the Olympic Committee and stuff like that. So the people that were running this thing, running the World Slalom Skating Association, they had Sebastian as the president of it. But that's not who's running things. Sebastian, you better believe it, he ran things. But he was also the figurehead. The people that really run it are the people that have the money, the people that are making money from skaters. It's not a bunch of skaters getting together and being like, oh yeah. And they absolutely believed that their judges were the best and the way that they were running competitions were the best. Don't think for a second that there was any humility there. But what it was is optics. If they want to get bigger in the world, and they were always trying to, I say they, it became we, right? We're always trying to become attractive to the Olympic Committee, which I always thought would be terrible. But it was always, an ambition of theirs. They had to have some sense of diversity. So I was a diversity creator first, and I'm pretty sure. I lost the sponsorship in 2007 because of diversity issues. So I know it's really politically motivated. I was dropped for being, and I'm just going to say it, right? It's not like, don't get all like, oh no. I was dropped when the owner of this factory in China, Microskate, that made Seba, met me in 2007 and realized that I was actually just a dude. Yeah, I'm just a dude that's actually female. And he thought that he had been sponsoring a feminine kind of person that would be attractive to female skaters to, idolize and buy the skate top. He met me and was like, oh, you're not feminine enough. So it's all optics. It really is just all optics and marketing. And so they added a couple of Russians, me, and Chloe Sellers from France. I had a positive outlook at the time. I had no problem with it. It's marketing. It's what appeals to people. And when I got dumped by the sponsor, I was pretty bereft for like 2 weeks. And then I got picked up for more money. And so that was pretty tight. I liked that. But as far as the whole optics and diversity is concerned, the politics of the whole thing, I've never had a problem with politics. I've never had a problem. I've never found it stressful. I've just always understood that people want money.
To be honest, I haven't thought about this too deeply until you've asked me the question, because I genuinely just enjoy skating and creating. I actually look to other people more for their input. People like Leon, other guys from wizard skating, of course. But if there is an area that I really see myself in, it is in the representation of female wizard skaters. I feel like I'd like to be someone that other girls and women can actually go to if they have questions about equipment or moves and creative process, what have you. And I also want people to understand that they can come from any background, actually. You don't have to have been an aggressive skater to start wizard skating. And yeah, just knowing that there's someone out there that's similar to them. And I think it's been really nice to see more female wizard skaters. A few that come from figure skating and artistic roller skating that I've been enjoying watching. And I think when it comes to female wizard skating, I'd like to be a good representative also because Kasia really paved the way for me, myself. So I feel like I can only keep basically passing the baton. And when I think about my journey in skating, I feel like as much as I would love to continue skating forever, I know that I might not be able to put as much time in it in the future as I'd like. I think for me, it would be just creating a pathway for younger skaters that can really grow. Younger skaters like Odette, like a few skaters in Japan and Korea. Yeah.
There is many women who watch me, who maybe, I hope, get inspired by my moves just because they are capable of doing it, because I don't do something that looks like they can hurt themselves. And I did have a conversation with other women about it. And they did agree with me that they don't want to put themselves into big risk. So that's why many women that starting wizard skating, or they're trying to, or they are very much into it, they are doing a lot of flat moves because they don't want to put themselves into risk. But when it comes to base Odyssey and challenging myself, it was me against me, because I end up skating with my idols, with people that I watch every day. I will love to skate like them. They inspire me since first day. I skate with skaters like JK, and I am like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do here? I will just do gazelle and go home. That's how I felt the first day, actually. So the first day, that's how I felt. The second day was different. And every day I was feeling a little bit better about skating with them. It wasn't easy, but they didn't make it hard. I made hard for myself, because I was comparing myself to them, but they are coming from aggressive skating, huge background, and I skate 4 years, like I skate 4 years and a half. So obviously it was, I was like comparing myself to them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am not good. Like what I'm gonna do here? Like they're doing crazy things and I'm just like doing some swivels on the ground. What's that? But yes, I did have a conversation with Leon about it, and it helped me a lot to understand that the way how I skate, they don't skate, that I make it accessible for others, for other women maybe, that what I can contribute to the video, they cannot contribute to the video. So with the time, I understood my value. I think I just need to keep on being me, doing what I love, so skating. And I do believe I influence some people. I see many skaters using my tricks, and they are not my tricks, but maybe they get inspired by, and I think this is very beautiful, and I want to continue that. And if the same way I get inspired from many other skaters, the same way maybe some skaters get inspired by me, I want to continue that journey. I want to inspire other people to skate, and even if they feel like, oh, this is great move, I'm gonna try that move. And people texting me like, oh, how did you do that? Or how that works. I think that's beautiful, and this is my flowers. And I'm very happy to share with them my knowledge, my ideas, my experience. Take it all, take it from me. For me, no problem. I'm happy. I'm happy that there's people that are like actually asking me and get inspired by me. It's beautiful. It feels good.